right, remote viewer predictions, video number 3. Why am I talking about all this? Because this is really where we are all going. The space where it's not a special place for mediums or psychics or remote viewers. It's a place everybody has access to, and you can actually do it right now. But I'm going to talk to you about what it is, how you can tap into it, how you can tap into future, present, and past, how that works. What's the difference between mediums, psychics, remote viewers? What is that? I'm going to explain to you right now. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing, beautiful life. It's possible. You didn't come here to suffer. It's not a prison planet. That's an illusion. You want to make that up, but you can live that, because anything you believe is real. If you believe it, no one's going to tell you different, right? If you believe something, you're like, they're cray-cray. I know it's real. So they, other people who might argue with you, believe just as strongly in their own beliefs of the future reality, and therefore it's equally as real because they believe it, right? So why do we question that amongst one another? What is remote viewing? What are psychics? What are mediums? Mediums are tapping into the field, the same field of psychics and remote viewers, and that you actually do all the time. Now, when we step back here and we don't believe it, we actually create our own self-limitations and barriers. And so when things happen, we all coincidence and we say, right? We do this all the time. Those who have more natural abilities, those veils are pulled down, sometimes through a near-death experience. Once they've crossed into that space, that open, unlimited space, they come back often without those veils that we are born with so that we can experience being human. So therefore, all of a sudden, they have all these abilities. That's all it is. Some are born that way with fewer veils. So they're just seeing the world that exists right now for all of us. They're just seeing what's already there. It's not there for them and not for us. So mediums are tapping into the energies out there that exist that were once in bodies. Now that's all of us, but some of us happen to be in bodies at this moment in time, which of course doesn't really exist. You are always out in that field. You are not just separate in here. You are actually that field out there of the unknown, all-powerful creation. Not going to go into it because it's too mind-blowing for human beings. So mediums are actually being guided more by those who are incarnate. In other words, outside of their bodies, that are giving information. This is why you have to be careful with this stuff, because just because somebody's dead doesn't make them a saint or all-knowing. They take their present moment and energy field and frequency, and it transitions, it transfers to that non-physical side, just where they left off. So they continue to learn and do things over there. They have, of course, much less restrictions than we do as human beings. So you have to be careful with that. That's why you could tap into some really nasty stuff that could play games with you, because if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you see, you can't recognize it. And mediums are the same way. So I'm very careful when somebody tells me, you know, that they're tapping into some entities talking to them. I'm like, you know what? You don't need somebody to tell you. You have that information. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't saints or guides or whatever, angels, whatever, but, you know, I want you to know that you actually hold all that information. You have access to all that information yourself. So yes, we do team up sometimes with guides and, you know, higher beings that want to assist us. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to be careful with that unseen world. If you are tapping into it, it's best for you to do one thing, and that is practice meditation. Because meditation will quiet the mind. The whole purpose of meditation is to just train you to stop the ego going blah, 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 right? And so you go into this space where all power lies. And so you create barriers in the human body with the beliefs, the fears, but when you go to meditative state, the whole point is to let that go and make no decisions, no opinions, no nothing, and just go into that space where all answers lie for you. So meditation is very powerful. Remote viewers are simply tapping into that space of their own psychic abilities, and psychics are doing the same thing. They're just giving it a different name. Remote viewers are just using it in a different way, and they're getting trained just like you can train yourself. So you could go into a meditative state, and if you really wanted to view the past, present, future, you could do it. Now, here's the thing about that. It's unlimited. So as we talked about somebody's opinion being real, all realities lie out there and all probabilities. And depending on what you choose, you get to live it out. And as a collective, we get to choose certain probabilities. We all came here at this specific time to play out these final chapters on planet Earth. We're going to be here a very, very long time. But I'm going to tell you right now, things are going to change drastically. Don't name it. If you want to go into a space of peace, name nothing. All right? I just did a video on this, and it's so powerful. All right, what is that? Is that everything has deep meaning and purpose, and because we as humans want things to be a certain way, that's the ego, that's control, and it's never worked out because it's about the material world. What do I get? All this other blah, 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 and we don't want to go into that space. We want to go into the space of all knowing, all love, all giving, compassion for one another, community, oneness, and that's why you came here. You can actually change the past. If you focus on something, you could actually send yourself prayers for healing and understanding, compassion, if you had maybe traumatic childhood, which will actually change how you feel about it right now. Now, I actually teach this in my breakthrough fear training. We actually go into that, and I have an advanced class coming out called Activate Your Magic. We actually learn how to do this. This is powerful stuff. But if you are not letting go of your preconceived ideas about what things are and how they work, and you're not understanding your powerful, unlimited self, you're always going to have barriers and beliefs that are going to stop you from going into that all-powerful space of creating anything, abundance, health, joy, peaceful world, because you're going to be the contributor to that. And as long as you are now changing the future of this planet. You alone. It takes a village. You know what? You're one grain of sand, and if I moved that one grain, all of them move. All of them. You're that important. All right? So psychics are simply, many times, they weren't born that way. A lot of people have developed it or, realized that they had something a little bit more than other people. I myself have those abilities. I have not made a point of developing those. All right, everybody has them. When you're focused on opening yourself up to the probabilities and you making the highest possible choices, you're doing the best possible thing, and you're allowing yourself to evolve spiritually. In other words, in every moment, all you have to do is make the best, highest choice for all involved. It's not just about you. It's not hoarding and for my family or going off grid because I'm going to protect me and you're just screwing up nature out there. By the way, off grid means no cell phones, no electricity, and you wouldn't be on here talking to me or seeing me. And so that's not the answer. Maybe it's for some, but the answer is always just to make the best, highest choice for all. And how do we do that? We come together as a community. Psychic abilities are right here for everybody, and no matter what name we put on it, we're just tapping into the field of all knowledge, all space and time, past, present, and future. You have the ability to do that. It's important for you to meditate, all right? And if you want to go into that space, drop all preconceived ideas of how things should be, how people should act, how they should dress, how they should talk, blah, blah, blah. Judgment is the lowest form of human existence because it's separation and it's the total opposite of what you really are. So as long as you stay in judgment, separation, taking sides, arguing about your opinion and your side, arguing, and somebody needs to act differently for you to make you happy. And even if you're doing good things, I just had this conversation with a friend, but I'm trying to help them. I said, no, you're not. You're trying to impose what you believe they should do on them. And so that's conflict. You're not allowing them to be who they are. And so we have to learn how to let go, and that's ego is a tough thing because many people do think they're doing good. I want to help. I'm like, you're helping no one. You're actually disapproving of them and creating judgment. And that's the opposite of tapping into that beautiful future that you can change right now by letting go and just focusing, envisioning, doing positive things, and allowing the other things to play out. You have to do that. That's why we're here. And be there for them. But if the outcome for them, other beings on our planet, playing out being human, if they make choices that are destructive for themselves, you have to allow it as long as you're there for them and you are the change maker for the choices that they make, all right? That's going to play out big time for all of us. It has to. So again, we're here to create positive change. We're here to create solutions for other people. You will change the future right now when you let go of every preconceived idea of anything. You can tap into those who have passed on. If that scares you, then don't go there. The energy fields out there, all creation. You can tap into future probabilities and envision it differently if you'd like. Once again, not all of it's bad. Everything has its cycles that it plays out. It's your reaction and how you contribute that counts. That's it. Because what you do right now is going to determine where you go on your next little adventure. So, psychics, mediums, remote viewers, just tapping into the very space, and we're going to start doing that now more and more. I'm going to start to talk to you about how to do this because it's not something to be feared, and when you let go of all of those limitations, you're going to be shocked at what's going to show up in your life. It's going to be amazing. As always, I have free videos. It's called Manifest Anything. I talk about, tapping into your power and breaking through your fears. You also can sign up for my 1-hour free masterclass called Breakthrough Fear and Manifest Amazing Things with 4 proven steps. We've had unbelievable results. Please subscribe. And of course, I have free videos creating online businesses. Get the limitations and the stories out of your head. I've created multiple online businesses with this, helping people, and I make a living doing that, and so can you. If you're going to make a living, why not do it in a way that's positive for the planet and others? And you can do this, and you can live anywhere you want. You can go sort of off-grid. You're going to need a satellite somewhere, but it's all good. Allow people to be who they are. Just allow it. Acceptance will free you. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Post these videos anywhere you please. Namaste.